All right, so it's Sunday night, 3 days before I leave to go to the 22nd annual FGMCC Eastern Meet. There's a few things I want to talk about, and I don't think nobody's ever done a video like this and explain kind of what goes on at a club Eastern Meet. So I'm the coordinator, and basically what I have to do is plan activities, and I've had help with a friend of mine this year to do that, but I'm going to use this show as the what we're going to do, and I'm just going to read off some of the kind of what we're doing and kind of show you how this works. So this is the itinerary, or as us Southern people, schedule. And basically what I've done here is I've put together a schedule from Wednesday through Sunday for the Eastern Meet. I'm having to sit kind of low in this chair so you can see me. But my buddy Kevin put this together for me here. But what you want to do, and this is, I'm going to drive the point home here tonight. We have a lot of people who want the Eastern Meet or Western Meet or Midwestern Meet or whatever kind of meet, Cuban meet or Canadian meet or Antarctica meet. I mean, you can put your town here, that wants a meet at their favorite car show that's close to their house in their town. Okay? And that's okay. But you got to get off your rear end and organize the meet. Are you willing to do this? Because all that fun that's about to go down this weekend, driving the car and all that, it don't just happen by itself. So what I wanted to talk about, all right, you need to put together a schedule so members will have, and this will be one of the last things that's wrapped up. Members will have an idea of what the heck's going on with times. So you kind of got, and you can put on there on the fly that things can change, and that's okay. And it'll be based on kind of what people want to do. We might find something else we'd rather do, and we can scratch something. Okay, so you got that. Well, then you got these registration, and thanks to Kevin, like I said, I don't have a printer, so he does this for me. This goes in your window. All right. You got your name, your board, your hometown, state, province, special features of the car, Eastern Meet 22. So that, all right, and I'm gonna talk about how the club hands out awards, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute of how that happens. But here's what I want to talk about a little more. It's kind of what goes into these meets. The more people that's coming, the more work involved. I do my meets a little simpler than the guy who does them in the Northeast in Carlisle. I try to have them, I'm a little more of a laid back, just kind of let it go with your flow. He has 50 members to deal with. I usually have 20, 25 at the most here in the Southeast now, and that's what I'm getting back to. If you've never heard of the club, it's been around since 2000. It was founded here in Anderson. I'm sure you've heard of it, me talking about it. It's just for these 3 years of cars, 70, 71 and 72. First generation Monte Carlo. You can be a member. You don't have to own a car to be a member. There's a lot of people, there's several that's members, they just like the cars, or they've sold them, but they've stayed members, and sometimes they'll buy another one or whatever. But, okay, so as far as the Eastern meet goes, if you want to see a meet in your town, you got to be willing to step up and organize it. Okay? It's not up to me, it's not up to Rob, it's not up to Kevin, it's not up to anybody else who's organized the meet. It's not up to Aaron. It's not up to Aaron from Canada to organize a meet in Oklahoma City. Okay? I don't care what kind of car show they have. It's so grand and great. It's up to you. So I do the meets in the Southeast. This one's going to be in Bristol, Tennessee, which is about a 3-hour drive for me, which ain't bad. But I'm not going to organize a meet way off. I need to be familiar with that area. I'm very familiar with that area. 2006 was the meet there. So, again, I just wanted to get that out of the way. If you want to meet in your back door, it's your job, get it together. Okay. Now, we used to have a lot of contacts that we contacted for door prizes. I'm getting some nice door prizes here locally from a company called Metco Motorsports that makes a lot of nice things for modern cars and these for the suspension. We've given out a lot of that stuff. We've had a lot of donations over the years, and we appreciate all those donations from everyone. But this year and the last year or two, I don't think we've had quite as much donations from some of the parts vendors. Or at least, basically what I've got to give away this year is Cafe Press stuff from the club, and then from the club store, and then I'm going to have a few things that vendors donated. So sometimes that can be more involved if you've got to contact a bunch of vendors. Now, the club hotel, you want a club hotel with a contract, with a block of rooms, with a special rate for your members. And for people that's kind of on the fence about cost, you need to try to find them a more budget-friendly hotel. Luckily, this year, the club hotel is literally in the same parking lot as a Quality Inn right next door that's $40 a night cheaper. I'll be staying at Quality Inn on Wednesday night, and we're all going to stay, because I got 4 or 5 people in my group, we're all going to share a room at the Fairfield, so we're splitting the cost, so it's not bad. Now, I talked about the registration card that goes in your dash. I talked about, if you want to whine and cry about a meet being in your back door. So I'm going to talk a little bit now about how awards are done with the club. Going back to 2007 was the last year club officers judged cars. And then they went over to this format, which is what I'm going to talk about now. If you're attending an Eastern meet, this might behoove you to watch this entire video. All right. What we have here is member judging. It has, I did not come up with this, but I want to talk a little bit about the categories and what we're going to do. So, we got best paint, best interior, member's choice, George Lyons best modified, which is named after a member who's passed away, Robin Lance best engine, another member's passed away, best stock, and best street. Okay, where the best street come from was a Super Chevy always had these categories, stock, street, and modified. So we kind of followed the Super Chevy guidelines and the Carlisle GM Nationals guidelines. That's where we got our stock. You can have up to 3 modifications, not including any safety modifications. So, for argument's sake, you could have a completely stock appearing period correct car. Everything looks completely original, but it's got a roll bar in it. That's actually only 1 modification. Just throwing that out there. although it would probably fit better in the modified class. Best paint. I mean, this is kind of self-explanatory. This is not, well, I love black, I love red, I love pink, I'm going to paint. No. You need to put some effort into this. What you want to do is you want to go through here and you want to figure out what the criteria is. Now, I'm a restorer by trade, so I'll see everything, but is there any orange peel? That's first. That's not really, you know. Are there any ripples in the bodywork, waves? Are there any bubbles or runs, chips, scratches, or flaws? Did they remove the chrome or just mask it off? Is there overspray? Is there any orange peel in the paint? That's the type of stuff, if you put some effort into this, you can pretty much, you can do a good job, and you can be, turn a blind eye to who owns the car, and who, you know, who's in your little clique and in your buddy and all that stuff, and do a good job of this. Modified, you know, we'll have them sectioned off. I'll have modified, street, or stock on the window placard. So you're not going to vote a car best street that's got stock wrote in the window. I've seen this happen before, and it's a nightmare, but don't do that. So you want to go, you know, basically cleanliness, and this could come into some personal opinions here, but mainly cleanliness and the condition of everything on street, stock, and modified. Okay. Then you've got best interior. This ain't what's your favorite color interior. No. You want to look at the condition of it. Be real, you know, just and if it comes down, like I said, put some effort into it. This year, I'm not going to worry about doing this myself. I'm going to be the tiebreaker. I'm not going to vote. I'm going to kind of have an idea in mind that when I add up all these tallies, of course I'm not voting for my own car, but if there's a tie, I'll be the tiebreaker, and that way it'll keep things simple. So there's also a good many awards, so we won't be doubling up, and that's another thing. If you ever do a meet, don't double people up on awards. The only awards you should be doubling up on is hard luck and a award, or long distance driven and the award. Don't give somebody the same car, best modified, best in. I mean, that's just, even if they vote that way and it comes out that way, give them the most prestigious award and drop to the second to give more out. I mean, I just don't believe in loading people up. It's kind of dumb. All right. So, I mean, this ain't the ISCA or the Riddler. This is a car club. And I mean, you start loading everybody up. I mean, a car, like a friend of mine's got a black and there's a red one in the club. I mean, they could win every award they are. I mean, it's kind of pointless. But anyway, best street, same deal. You know, cleanliness, all that good stuff. Best stock. Member's choice. Now, member's choice is totally up to you. Member's choice is the car you like the best, or heck, the person you like the best. I won member's choice in 2008, and I don't think it's because everybody liked my car the best. I just think they liked me, and that's good. It made me feel real good. I won member's choice in long distance driven that year. So anyway, that's just kind of what I talk about. Now, here's the judging form. All right, you don't judge for your own car. And you put the number of the registration beside the thing. And this is kind of a long worn video, but if you might consider, you know, joining our club or whatever, this might be something you might be interested in watching. Another thing is turn your ballot in by 12 o'clock to me on Saturdays, and that's kind of the same rule across the board. Also, so we talked about registration, we talked about meet locations and why they're in the places they are, and we talked about how to kind of look at your judging. Now, there's also other awards. This year's going to be a best trunk. That'll be something me and a couple other people have to pick. It's not going to be voted on. There'll be a meat director's choice, which is the car I feel is most worthy. And there again, that kind of goes back. If I pick, that's a meat director's choice. That's kind of cool. So if I pick a car for that, and it's won something else, I'm gonna bump it and give it to the next second best, the second thing, because I don't, like I said, I stay away. Some coordinators might not do this, and I've been to some meets where they didn't do this, but as long as I organize a meet, that's the way I'm going to do it. Now, so yes, my car will be eligible for awards. I'm honest. I mean, whatever it wins, it wins. If it don't, it don't. But it kind of takes the suspense. I already know, who's winning. But I get more enjoyment out of calling out the winners than I do actually being in a meet and being on the other end. I don't know. I like doing this. I enjoy organizing the meet and having everybody get together. As long as I get a good response and a good attendance at the meet, I'll keep doing this from now on. So as long as they keep having the Chevy show here in Bristol, I'm going to do the Bristol. Probably going to keep doing Bristol. That's going to be my plan. Mountain Moonshine Cruise In, we had to meet there twice, 2012, 2017. Few other things. I think I got this covered. A lot of times we're going to do some cruises this year, but some things you can expect from a meet. Plenty of talking, bench racing as we call it. At parking lot at night, we'll be out there 12, 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. When I was a lot younger, I was out there like 2 or 2:30. And then go off about 4 hours of sleep the whole weekend. And I'm not 15 anymore, so that don't work. And I'm the coordinator, so that especially ain't gonna work. We'll be doing the all Chevy show, which will be like Super Chevy, but it's not. Same format. We're gonna do some cruises to some dams. We're gonna probably go eat a lot and visit some different restaurants along the way. Eat at different restaurants. Gonna be more cruising going on this year at the Easter meet. There's usually not as many cruises, but this is being a scenic area. We want to take advantage. We're gonna have a cruise in on Friday night, cruise in on Saturday night, awards at the Old Town Elizabethan on Saturday night. So, just some things you can kind of expect. It's sad to say a week from today it'll all be over, but I'm gonna leave these videos up. Just kind of, if like I said, if you're interested in this Easter meet stuff, or heck, you might want to say, oh man, I want to plan a meet, or I want to join, and I want this, or I want that. Hey, we need your help. We have a shortage of people that want to be officers and want to really help. So we need members who want to work in the club. I'm the vice president, and I'm pretty much the de facto every other year Easter meet coordinator, as well as Rob at Carlo. So just something to think about. A lot of times I may have a trivia game again this year. Well, that seems to have been popular in the past. I got the paperwork with me. The last trivia game I come up with, I got some hellacious questions on there, so probably going to edit a few of those out and might add a few when I get there. So, as Metco's donating those control arms, and whoever wins those things needs to really earn it. So, but anyway, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. But another thing as far as planning for the meet, if you're a coordinator or if you're a member, I go overboard on getting my car ready for a meet, okay? I kind of go by the old saying and the old, what the old country music singers used to say is when they were performing, they wanted to dress and they wanted to be at their best, okay? I have people coming from all over the country, really, at times, and half the country, driving hundreds of miles. Even if I'm not organizing the meet, if I'm going to a meet, and even though I'm driving a ways, I put effort into my car. I want my car to be at its best. And, I'll do things just because I'm going to the meet. It gives you that push and that rush to get it, a goal to get done. And this year has kind of felt normal again. We used to have a show here in Anderson, the Electric City Classics. and it was this car the camera's sitting on right now. I've been seeing Facebook posts pop up where I was thrashing to get this car done, my hot rod Monte Carlo, for that show. So just something to think about. It kind of gives me some motivation. I recut and buffed this entire car. You can go back and watch those videos here probably a month or so ago. I got all the pixelation out of the paint. I did some more detail work under the hood. I got under the car and did a little more cleaning. I just changed a few things and personalized a few things a little more. There's still a little more I want to do. I had a hood ordered for it, the cowl flapper, but it didn't come in. So, did have to do a touch up where I messed the paint up somewhere, but on the edge, but got that fixed. So I've been on this thing. But there again, if you come into a meet, people's driving a long ways to come see you, come see your car. Be at your best. Have your car at its best. People want to see it at its best. That's the way I look at it. I want my car, it might not be the nicest one there, but I want it to be the cleanest one there. I want it to be nice. I want to be proud to show it off. I don't want dirt on the side of tires and all that crap. If I'm riding around here town cruising, going to eat like I do every day, I don't care. I don't clean the car all that much. When I get ready for a show like this caliper, I go all out. So just keep that in mind. People want to see your car at their best. You owe it to the people coming to the meet for your car to be at its best. I think that's it. I talked about a little bit what I needed to talk about. If I think about anything else about how to prepare leading up to an Eastern meet. For me, I'm getting a little antsy. I'm trying to stay relaxed, but still a couple of days away. That's one reason why I decided to go on Wednesday, just because I get so antsy. And Thursday's my 30th birthday, so this is going to be a great way to celebrate that. And but I appreciate y'all watching. If you watched it this far, if you want to know how to join the First Generation Monte Carlo Club, hit me in the comments. I'll be glad to show you. But you can go to FGMCC.com, click on how to join, and you can do it by PayPal, no problem. After 5 years, you get a badge. 10 years, you'll get another one. 15, 20, they got grill badges now. Instead of doing one renewal gift every year, they're doing them every 5 years to keep the dues at $25 a year. When the club started, dues was $20 a year, now it's $25. That's not bad for 22 years. So, my life would be different without the club. A lot of things I've done revolved around this right here. So, it's a fun time. I urge you to join if you have a Monte Carlo. I urge you to join if you don't have a Monte Carlo. You'll want one after you join. Thanks for watching, and we will see y'all next time, and we will see you in Bristol in 3 days.